When I opened my eyes that morning, the sunlight felt too sharp, like it had been waiting for me. My throat was dry. I sat up, yawned, and then realized something was wrong. I tried to say, "Good morning," out of habit, but the sound that came out wasn't quite mine. It was hollow, distant, like an echo bouncing inside a metal drum. I rushed to the bathroom, flipped on the light, and opened my mouth. There was nothing, no tongue, just the slick red floor of my mouth, untouched by what should have been there. I gagged, I should have screamed, I should have collapsed. But then, strangest of all, I heard myself say, "Stay calm." I said it, I heard it, but there was no movement inside my mouth, no muscle pressing against my teeth, just voice. I started talking nonsense, alphabet songs, poems from childhood, the weather, anything I could think of. Every word came out perfectly, but my mouth just hung open, empty. I touched my throat, feeling for hidden speakers or wires, nothing. My heart pounded. I grabbed my phone, turned on the voice recorder, and spoke into it. "I don't have a tongue," I said aloud, "but I can still speak." When I played it back, it sounded exactly like me. Crisp, calm, natural. I didn't go to work. I didn't call anyone. Who would believe me? I didn't even know how to explain it. I hadn't lost my voice. I had lost the part that made voice possible, and yet there it was, as clear as ever. By evening, things got stranger. My cat Moses stared at me for hours. Normally aloof, he now wouldn't leave my side. Every time I opened my mouth, his fur bristled, and he let out a low, warning growl. I'd never heard him growl like that before. Then around 11 p.m., just as I was starting to doze off on the couch, I heard a second voice. It came from me, but I hadn't said anything. It was my voice, but not my words. It said, "You're almost ready." I bolted upright, my chest tight. "Who said that?" I asked the room, my voice trembling. Silence. I touched my throat again, pressing hard as if I could find the hidden puppet strings beneath my skin. My tongue was still gone. I checked again, though I already knew. Still no tongue. Still able to speak. Still not entirely in control. I got up and turned on every light in the apartment. Shadows leapt like startled animals into the corners, but nothing moved. No one was there, except Moses. He sat by the window, tail flicking, ears turned back, watching me. I paced in circles, muttering to myself, trying to hear if the voice would return. But it didn't, not at first. Around midnight, the lights flickered once, and the living room lamp died with a soft pop. I stood in the dark, frozen, barely breathing. Then it spoke again. Still my voice, still not me. "You shouldn't have looked," it said. My knees buckled and I sat hard on the floor. The words echoed in my skull, not like sound, but like memory, impossible to trace, yet impossible to ignore. "What did I look at?" I asked. "What did I do?" No response. I grabbed my laptop and opened the webcam app. I didn't know what I was expecting. Maybe to see my reflection blink out of sync, or another face entirely, but it was just me, until I tried to speak again. The words that came out weren't mine. "Coordinates confirmed," my voice said. "Vessel is stabilizing." My mouth hadn't moved. My throat hadn't twitched. I slammed the laptop shut and stumbled back. Heart pounding so loud I thought it might drown everything else out. Was I being possessed? Was this some kind of advanced schizophrenia? A hallucination? No, it felt external. Like someone else was borrowing the structure of my voice, wearing me like a coat. I needed help. But what doctor could handle this? What would I even say? "Hi, I lost my tongue but can still talk." And something else might be using my voice. Instead, I went back to the mirror, stared into it, and whispered, not to myself, but to whatever was listening, "What are you?" This time it answered faster. "A gateway," it said through my lips. I stared into the mirror, barely recognizing the person looking back. "A gateway to what?" I asked, though I wasn't sure I wanted to know. There was a long pause. Then my voice replied again, cold and clinical. "To here." The lights flickered again. This time they didn't come back on. Moses hissed and bolted into the bedroom, his claws scrambling across the hardwood. In the dark reflection, I saw something behind my own eyes. Movement. A shimmer, like heat rising off asphalt. But it was inside me. I stumbled backward, knocking over a lamp. My heart was pounding so hard it hurt. "You've already crossed," the voice said. "You brought us through when you woke." "What did I do?" I whispered. "You woke up," it said simply. "That's all we needed." Suddenly, my body felt heavy. My limbs stiffened, as if they were being held from the inside. I tried to scream, but no sound came. Not even the hollow echo of stolen words. The voice continued, using my lips like a marionette. "Thank you." We needed a voice, a shell, a host. I fell to my knees. My arms weren't mine anymore. My face twitched with expressions I wasn't making. I felt like I was watching myself from behind a pane of thick, soundless glass. And then everything stopped. The lights came back on. The room was still, quiet, normal, but I wasn't. I stood up, smiled, and walked to the window. Outside, the sky was wrong, darker than it should have been, moving, rippling like it was alive. Behind me, the mirror still reflected the room, but not me. In the glass, I wasn't standing. I was still on the floor, mouth open, eyes wide. The thing that wore me now looked over its new body, rolled its shoulders, cleared its throat. Then, in my perfect voice, it said, "Time to speak," and stepped out into the world.